Hello, welcome to Supreme Racing League Round 3 in Bahrain. I'm in the Renault for this league, in the Sauber for AOR, but we have won here. So the last race in AOR, if you've missed it, it's in the channel, the video before this. The last race in AOR I won in the Sauber, so I'm coming in feeling reasonably confident. Obviously the Renault is a little bit different. I feel that it's got a bit more mid-corner understeer, and obviously I've adjusted the setup to compensate for that, but still feeling reasonably confident, I must say. Got a few more people on the grid this week, most notably I'd say Shamasi, who is, well experienced league racer, and he's always on Twitter at Shamasi_. So he's a new addition to the grid along with a few others, but it's good to see the Supreme Racing League expanding. But here we are in qualifying, max engine mix coming down to turn 1. Obviously at this point the track isn't really rubbing in right at the start of the session, so we're just looking to set a good banker lap on these super softs. Braking just before the 100 metre board, turning in a little bit wide, I'd say, struggling to get the car back, and a pretty average turn 1 and 2 and 3, so again it's just a banker lap at the start of the session, so I'm not too stressed about it. Just after the 100 metre board for turn 4, turning in a little, just a tad wide, a couple of feet maybe, but still got a decent exit, through 5 and 6 now. Pretty good on that one, shouldn't have touched that curve really, kind of pushes you out wide. Good on the brakes here, a little early if anything, just tapping that curb kind of pushes you out wide again, so that the lap's a little bit scruffy, but you just got to get this lap in. Turn 9 now, see that front left lock, but we still get to the apex pretty well. Exit's a little bit scruffy, so the car's a bit unstable, but still, the lap's pretty average, it's going okay. Again, banker, start the session, lack of grip, so I'm not too stressed about it right now. We've always got that last run to go well for us. Through these fast ones now, turned in a bit early there, 2 or 3 turn-ins, and here we turned in quite early, but still not run wide. So that was a good line. Usually you sort of hit that too early, that first curve, and it kind of pushes you out, but kind of got away with it. And just here, just a wheel out on the curve, just a tad wide, and that's cost us probably half a tenth to a tenth to come up to the line. And it's a 28.7 or 28.8 if you round up properly, so again it's not ideal. I think it's about a tenth off my AOR time, and Shamasi goes and beats it straight away, so a lot of time to find. Coming up to the end of the session now, I thought to myself, for some reason on this, just coming up to this line now, I thought, wouldn't it be awful if someone comes out the pits and blocks me, because I can see them coming out now, and I must make my own luck, because this is ridiculous. But here we go, down into turn 1. Already up on our time, and there's a Haas, and please move, no, you're not going to move. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, it's really unfortunate. Sees me at the last minute, look, moves left. You'll be getting a penalty for that, pal. Again, not really happy. 2 tenths lost, turn 1, 2, 3 there, so again, I sort of took the pressure off myself and thought, look, even if you finish this lap, it's going to be a fucking achievement with that time loss. Turning it way too early there, lost half a tenth, and still, so at this point I'm really just thinking, I've stopped myself from stressing out. I thought, look, he's fucked it anyway, we may as well just finish the lap. Within half a tenth though, so we've caught back up, and we do a better job of this corner this time, really get the nose in, and the exit's still a tiny bit scruffy. Shut up, you cunt. Again, that's Jeff loving it. loving chats on the radio at the most crucial time of the weekend. Turning a little bit early there, but it's gained a little bit of time. It's not ideal though, so I'd say total we've probably lost 3 or 4 tenths. Yeah, well, 3 tenths. Let's be generous. Decent second to last corner, but as you can see, we've kind of got someone in front of us, and I'm not sure how this is going to pan out, so I'm a little bit nervous here. But we get a good entry and nail a good exit coming out of that last corner. Aiming it for the line now, we're gaining time all the time, and it's 3 tenths up. We're going to finish on a 28.4, and that was alright. It was alright considering we lost that time. I was surprised to get pole position, and I heard after the race that Shamasi had the invalidation thing where it invalidated his next lap, and he did a 28.2, so that wouldn't have been pole position, so I'm not overly pleased. It was Warlock Minia who blocked us in quali. He has since apologised, and considering it didn't really affect the result, and put it in the stewards, but as you can see quite clearly we lost 2 tenths in the first sector. All done and dusted now though, he's apologised, and that's as far as it goes in my opinion. Before Ash. No, the door's locked, go away! As you can hear there, that's my family banging on the door. I mean, that's just perfect timing, isn't it, really? Here we go, 5 red lights. it's a slow reaction but a good getaway, so you know, kind of averages out as a decent start. Coming up to turn 1, I brake decently early because I didn't want to lock up and make a pleb of myself. Shimasi sticks his nose at the inside, I've left him room. Coming into turn 2, turn 3, we get a good drive out of there, and it seems that Pitmat, Shimasi, and sort of dabbled a little bit, and they've dropped back slightly. So I've got, you know, a couple of tenths gap, some breathing room, so to speak. And you can still hear them banging on the door. And I learned that it's my brother coming home because he's been out, and he's just banging on the door. My mum is so slow to get up and open the door that he's just thumping on it, and it's like, he obviously doesn't know that I'm doing this, but at the same time it's fucking ridiculous. I can't even get a league race out, 2 hours on a Friday night, and I can't even get some peace and quiet. So as you saw, if you follow me on Twitter, you'd see that I asked in recommendations for acoustic foam. I need that shit because my family just don't get it. They just, as I know with a few other people, their families don't get it either. They sort of look down and laugh at league race and PlayStation and all that bullshit. So it's a real shame, but that's just what I've got to deal with, I guess. So if you've got any recommendations on acoustic foam, I know you can Google search it, but I don't want to buy shit and then have to replace it. So any ideas, let me know. But anyway, the end of lap 1 now. Tyre wear's looking good. We've got a decent gap. I mean, that is a really good gap. So at this point, I'm really chilled out. I'm like, wow, this is going quite well actually. I'm quite pleased. As you can hear the dog barking there, then. So that, I mean, it's just, you can just hear it all. Like, it's ridiculous. The door's closed and everything. Unfortunately, the VSC comes out, and what this should do is keep everyone at the same pace and keep the gaps the same, but make the track safe so the car that's crashed can retire. But what I didn't realise was going to happen was, at this point, you see across the finish line, everyone else's delta has switched off. So I'm the only one, or only one of a few people in the field who have a delta. Everyone else is just racing under, like, as if it's a normal safety car and you're trying to catch up the safety car queue. So you can see my lead sort of coming down a little bit, and I was like a bit confused, but you could see him really close on the delta, and I was like, oh, this is odd. There's the proximity error, and I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on? Look at all these cars just turning up behind me, and I'm like, right, okay, it's fucking broken, isn't it? So the penny dropped, and I put the hammer down to try and pull a little bit of a gap and try and break the delta, but no, that's not fucking worked either. But the VSC's ending now, and we're just trying to get away as quickly as possible because we've lost all the time. You may as well have had a normal safety car. It's ridiculous. DRS enabled. I've lost my... There we go, and that's no good, is it? No, not at all. I've lost my couple of seconds lead, and of course you lose your rhythm, your tyres are cold, all the rest of it. So, unbelievable. I was just so pissed at this point. You can see me weaving. I'm absolutely fuming. You know, understandably so. At this point in the race though, Rob's also racing in this race, I forgot to mention, and he's somewhere mid-pack at the moment. Had a bit of a mare at turn 1. Check out his channel if you want to see his highlights in the next few days. It's under Robbo95. Probably be on his Twitter as well, at Robbo_95. But anyway, lap 3, and we've lost all our lead. The race is now a complete sweat fest. We're only a second ahead of Pitmat. You know, again, we're really being compromised by another fucking glitch, so from now on the safety car will be off. I can fucking make sure of that. But at that point, Skeven takes Pitmat. He's taking P2 now from Pitmat, so I know it's only a matter of time before he catches up to me, but he pits, and he pits on lap 8, so the end of lap 8 start of lap 9, and I'm not going to pit until the end of lap 10, so it's absolutely maximum attack now for 2 laps, and it's do or die. That's it, the race is on the line. So coming to the pits now, locking both front tyres on the way in. Lap 11, the pit managed to get the tyres this far. Matt Meerkat goes past, but I know it's going to be pretty sharp on pit exit. But here we go, Renner boys. 2.6 with a mega launch. Lads, it's going to be tight. So I knew it was going to be touch and go on the pit lane exit. So here comes Skeven down the outside. I mean, Rich makes flat out towards turn 1. I've actually locked both front tyres coming into here. Goes straight on, get the car turned in. Skeven goes for the cutback. We're trying to run side-by-side through turn 2. Can we do it? No, he gets forced out wide, so I've lifted off to let him back past. He's ahead now, but for some reason he drops back behind me. I guess he had an illegal overtake or something. But I did attempt to let him back past. I didn't want to force him off track like that. Just 2 in 1 didn't really go. But you can see how close he is. Now look at that. He's right in my gearbox. But he stays about a second behind me until middle sector lap 12. Here we go, coming towards turn 9, the fateful corner where lockups are just beautiful. Here we go. I think we braked a little bit early and then just didn't apply enough brake pressure because I knew I'd braked early. We've gone wide, locked the wheel. Here we go, drag race down into turn 10. Absolutely flat out now. There's Skeven right next to me, literally front wing to front wing. Here we go. We're going to brake early to see if he takes the bait. And he does. He's braked late, but he's tried to stay tight, but he just can't stay tight enough. We go for the cutback. We're on the outside now, up into this fast right-hander. Are we going to be able to hold it on the outside? We just about, and Skeven just about lifts out of it and tucks in behind us. So that was pretty hearty mouth stuff. Yes! I was pretty happy with that, because that could have, you know, with lesser drivers that could have ended up really badly, but he, you know, Skeven left racing room there and that went really well. So here we go, onto the straight now, into lap 12. Skeven is right behind us. I mean, Rich, flat out as fast as I can go, trying to break the slipstream now. Coming down into turn 1, he's less than 4/10 behind me, and he's going to make a move, and oh no, we covered the inside. He's going for the wide line though, looking for the exit coming up to turn 4. So he's thinking ahead. Here we go, we're compromised a little, we're flat out now, straight back up to Rich. Here we go, block the inside, make sure he's got to go round the outside. He's got the slipstream, here he goes, he's going for the move. Who can brake later? He's braked later. Can I stay tight to the apex? Yes I can. I lift out a little bit to make sure he's got enough room, because there's a bit of contact there, but we've managed to come through unscathed and ahead. He's right behind us still. You can see him in the mirror. His nose is sort of in the gearbox. We've had to defend coming into here because we're slow off that corner. Skeven's got unreal pace right now. Again, we're slow off turn 8, but coming into turn 9 I've braked early because the last lap I completely cocked up. But Skeven's hit us pretty hard. You can see the back ends all over the place. He's hit us twice there. And he just got caught out. So on the previous lap, I locked the wheel and went off. That lap, I braked obviously a little bit earlier to make sure I didn't do that because he was so close. Unknowingly, he didn't realise, obviously didn't know it was going to happen, so he just hit me, unfortunately, and I've apologised to him because that's obviously not the way I want the race to run. I don't want him to lose a wing, but I had to brake a little earlier because of the issues I had in the last time, and luckily he understood that. You know, he understood the situation and the fact that the reason why I braked early or earlier than I did on the previous lap, it just couldn't risk going off again. So unfortunately that's taken him out of the race. He's just going to go and pit now. But apparently the team don't change his wing, so he ends up leaving the session, and it really sucks because you know you want to battle with someone like that. But again, that's kind of robbed us all of a good race. But pit Matt is closing, and Matt Meerkat behind him is closing too. So for the last couple of laps, I've kind of been taking it easy, driving about 80%, making sure I've got good tyres and fuel for the end. But at this point, Matt Meerkat and Pit Matt are really fighting it out. They're really battling, and I realised, I was like, oh, Matt Meerkat is on another strategy. I forgot, of course, that he started on the soft tyres, went deep, just like Crazy Legs did in AOR. And here he is, come the back end of the race, he's absolutely flying on tyres that are about 4 or 5 laps younger than all of ours. And this was a wake-up call. Matt Meerkat makes the move on Pit Matt in the fast left-right. This guy has so much grip and pace right now, it's a proper threat for the race win. So we start changing things around. We're trying to fiddle with the brake bias and turning up that fuel mix, just try and get some pace, because I know it's going to be so tight come the end of the race. So let's watch the gap now. The gap to him is 2.8 on the start of lap 21. Lap 22, the gap to him is 2.4. He's absolutely on a mission. Lap 23, the gap is coming down again. I've done my fastest lap of the race so far, and he's done a 1.9 second gap. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I've now gone fastest I've gone all race on a 32.1, and he's closed it again by a 10th. Lap 25, 1.6 seconds. I've got nothing. Lap 26, I think it's 1.9. Yeah, it says 1.9. So we dropped a little bit of time there, and that was my saving grace, really. Lap 27, 1.8. So he's coming back in. He's really me in like he's on a fishing rod, right? 1.3 seconds at the start, lap 28. You see me looking behind like, oh wow, I'm in real shit here. Enter sector 2, end of lap 28, and he's 9/10. 9/10 behind me. I'm shitting bricks, man. 2/10 I dropped in the middle sector. Ricky sets the fastest lap. I know now that this guy's in DRS with fresher tyres. He's obviously running Rich everywhere, and he's just got more pace than me right now, and I've just got so little to fight with. I'm trying to break the slipstream, and this last lap is about as intense as it gets, you know. So he's closed the 10th in that sector alone. Absolutely flying. I was gobsmacked. It's been like such an underdog all race. He's just been quietly going on in his own race, doing his alternate strategy. Started on the softs, on the mediums now, and it's like all of a sudden, come the end of the race, he's just inside my gearbox. So I've tried to go as fast as I can here, not making mistakes. So we're driving like 95%. Pit Matt sets the fastest lap, so he's pitted and put on a new set of tyres. and he's closed in again. He's only half a second behind. He's picked up 3/10 in one sector, and he's flying. He's flying so much, it's like, it's proper intimidating when someone is closing up this fast. You can see the proximity arrow there. Play the Jaws theme tune. It's ridiculous. Right, coming into here now, don't lock a wheel. You can see how hesitant I am. I just don't want to fuck it up, really. You're looking for the exit, put it up to rich, and I think, hang on, I've only got 0.1 of fuel, so I've got to put it into standard to try and have rich for the end of the lap. So there's 2 straights at the end of the lap, otherwise I'm going to get mugged. Coming into here now, we get a decent line, but we are really struggling with pace. And look how close he's staying in the dirty air. That's how much grip this guy's got. Here we go now, second to last corner, second to last proper corner, I should say. 4/10. 4/10 is the gap. He's right there. He's less than 2 or 3 car lengths behind me, and this is proper shit yourself zone now. I've got to get this exit 100% perfect, and we've clipped the inside curb, GG, outside curb as well, but we've managed to get away with it and come across the line to win the race by a mere 3.8 tenths. You know, it's less than 4/10 I won that race by after 29 laps. He's right there, and that was proper tense stuff. I was sweating everywhere. It was grim as fuck. But an all British podium, we should say, which is quite good. But Welsh flag on top, which is correct, which is great. Nice podium ceremony. That was such a tough race. And Rob got 7th out of it as well after having a bit of a mare at turn 1. But it shows that AWAL Bahrain wasn't a flash in the pan. It shows that we've actually got some pace now, which is good. You know, it's good to see, considering I struggled so much in that evaluation race, which is also on my channel, that is hilarious if you want to watch that. But race results now, 45 minutes and 28 seconds was the race time. Only a couple of people with penalties. Matt Meerkat 2nd, Shimasi 3rd, Pitman 4th, CJ 5th. You see Rob in 7th there. He's doing quite well considering the game. He's only had the game a couple of weeks, so that's quite interesting. As you can see, Matt has done soft medium strategy and smashed it. That was a really tough race, but I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. The highlights, are the link to more highlights and the link to other stuff on my channel will always be on Twitter. You want to chat with me, I'm on there. This is a Supreme Racing League race. Visit the website www.supremeracingleague.com if you want to find out more about us. But I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.